All right, welcome to another episode of Rough Notes. I am one of your three co-hosts. My name is Flores E, whatever you want to call me. And I also got with me Mitch. Say what's up, Mitch.
What's up?
I also got Mr. Marcus Plenty. Say what's up.
Oh, it's Marky Mark. How y'all doing?
That's not what's up, Marcus. He said say
Oh,
what's up.
also, what is up?
Thank you. And today our episode is going to be on a new genre that we never really talked about, but we got inspired to talk about it. And that is the world of K-pop. I kind of, before we start the song dissection or conversation, I want to know when you guys first got introduced to K-pop.
Oh God.
Hmm.
Do you want to go first, Marcus?
I mean, sure. I feel like that's a solid ass question because, like, if
Mhm.
I mean, do you consider CL K-pop? I mean, I would consider her an American rapper, I guess, who happens to be Korean, I believe. So if she's not, then I would say it wasn't 2016 then. I would say probably like after college. After college, I had some colleagues who would not stop playing K-pop around us. That combined
Mm.
with the fact that my sister is a massive K-pop stan, so you just hear stuff around the house. I think has slowly worn me down over the years to where I'm like, I can vibe with this now, you know. So yeah.
I feel like I've probably heard some form of K-pop before this, but I like I just moved to a new state for my first job post college, and I was having the worst time like meeting people and making friends because it was a pandemic. And then like sort of like the first people that I had like become friends with and sort of like join their bubble, they were like they had bought tickets to like a virtual BlackPink concert, and they were like, "Do you want
Ooh.
to come over and watch it?" And I was like, "Sure." Like, I'm not doing anything 'cause it's a pandemic.
A panoramic.
Yeah. But I feel like that was, like, my first real introduction was, like, watching that concert. Also, because I feel like K-pop, it's, like, the music, but then it's also so much about, like, all of the choreography and, like, especially in the music video, all of the, like, visuals that go into it. And so I feel like that's, like, also more of, like, a real introduction than just, like, listening to a song in passing. And that was, like beginning 2021, end of 2020, so somewhat recently. What about you, Eduardo?
I want to ask because would you guys consider this first exposure to K-pop Gangnam Style?
Oh god.
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I guess it is most Americans' first exposure, but like I would say if it didn't take after you were shown it, then I wouldn't count it. Right? Like if you heard Gangnam Style and then continue to like listen to other K-pop or C-pop artists, then I would count it. If not, then I would say it was just a song that, happened to blow up.
Okay, but then what if I listen to Gentleman featuring Snoop Dogg as well?
Wait, by
I
who?
don't know.
By Psy?
Psy made one with Snoop
I
Dogg.
Yeah,
mean,
he did make another one.
hey, if you're saying that it's been something that you've listened to since then I
Okay.
would say count it.
My question is, did you listen to Gentleman for Snoop Dogg? Like, did you listen to that song because Snoop Dogg was in it, or because you wanted to hear more of Psy?
It definitely was not Snoop Dogg. It definitely wasn't him that brought me into listening to a K-pop song.
What do you mean? This is Snoop Doggy Dogg we're talking about. One and two with a three into the four. You know.
I don't know. I think it was just the hype of the first song that got me into the second one. I'm like, hold up, let me see what kind of new sounds come out of this, you know?
I feel like that's like I forgot about Gangnam Style.
Didn't
Like
we
that's so
all?
weird to reflect on and think of as like K-pop because I feel like K-pop now sounds so different, or like what I think about when I think of
I
K-pop.
think it's because we just naturally forget big ass dance songs, right? Like that aren't referenced frequently. Like I feel like most of those like huge dance songs English or not, are very forgettable songs in the long run.
You saying you've
Like, it's
forgotten
hard.
about Soulja Boy?
No, because we're frequently reminded of you crank that Soldier Boy, right? Like, just in general, and so just in the public spirit. But like, do you remember, like, what was it, like, Watch Me Whip? Do you remember, like, the Silento song? Like, are you still like playing
Yeah.
that? Actually,
Hell yeah.
damn, you live different than me,
I could
Mitch.
recite several lines from that
Yeah.
song right
Well, I
now.
wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why you can. It's
I'm a little
literally just an
worried
instruction
you
manual.
know it.
It's literally,
Okay, it did
literally
work
just an
out, like
instruction manual.
I have worked as, like, a summer camp counselor in the past, and so, like, a lot of, like, songs where I was like, "Oh, it's so cringe." Like, the kids that I worked with at the summer camp were like, "Play this song." So, I think I know a lot of songs that are like, I guess, like, more modern versions of, like, "Crank That" by Soulja Boy, where I'm like, "Ugh."
Well, let me damper that shine by letting you know that fortunately your boy Silento was recently jailed for a shooting. So alas,
Oh
there will
my.
be no more whipping and nay-naying on these streets. But hey, there's like 50 other dances. There's like
True,
50 other
true,
dances.
true. Yeah. Well,
You know what?
anyways.
Speaking of different dances, let's talk about all the different choreography that Mitch is gonna talk about in her first song.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much I'm gonna talk about the
Yeah, yeah.
the
I'm
choreography.
I'm I'm working with something, all right?
Yeah, I got you, I got you. Yeah, so I guess the first song that I sent is the song that I care more about, and it's INVU by Taeyeon. And the same friends, or I guess one of the same friends who introduced me to BlackPink also introduced me to this song, and I was just like, it took me it took me longer than it should have because she was like adding it to like a work playlist that we had. And so she like said the song, which is like the letters like INVU. But of course, when you say them together, it's also like, words that make a sentence. And it took me until I like listened to the song where I was like, oh, that's so clever. Which like is probably not that clever. But
Wait, can you
I
run
think
that
it's
back?
clever.
Did you say that like the INVU when they're placed in the lyrics make sentences?
Yeah. Well, because she's saying like I envy you, like I'm jealous of you.
Oh yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, I got that. Cool.
um yeah, I don't know. I really love this song. I listened to it for like a week straight, like after I had, played it on the playlist a couple of times, and I was just like, it's amazing. I love her vocals. She has like, I feel like she has some like varied vocals in her like ending chorus, which like I don't know if we really get that anymore in like a lot of modern pop songs where like artists change up like how they're singing the actual chorus like for that like final ending chorus, so it's like more impactful. Like I feel like nowadays like the chorus is just like the same one that you've heard 2 times already, so I also really like that. What did you think, Marcus?
Well, you know what they say, Mitch. Third time's the charm for a chorus. So like doing that same shit a third time, it's got to be more impactful after that, right? But like, I'm gonna have to disappoint you on Mitch on this one, Mitch.
No.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I'll start with the positive. I like how they don't really spell envy correctly. I envy you. That was about it, though. Like, I thought it was a very dance poppy song. It reminds me of this
That's
song. I
what
can't
K-pop
remember.
is.
Yeah, but like not all of it's the same. Like some of it hits different. Like some of the K-pop hits different in its dance pop. Like we're gonna get into on later records.
Yeah,
This felt
okay.
like yeah. I was like, oh man. It reminds me of the Leads Back to You song. I forget how the fuck it goes because I don't even really like it, but I know it because it's on the radio a fuck ton. And yeah, no, it's funny. I wasn't that big a fan of this song, which is more different than the song that autoplayed after by her as well, called "What Do I Call You." It has very basic. I feel like it has like I don't know. I feel like one of my issues with K-pop can be at times it can sound like a bit of a watered down version of the poppier songs that I already don't like. But then there are also times when it hits massively different and has its own flavor and thing. this was cool, but like, I probably won't be going back to this one for me. What did you think, Eduardo?
All right, you're wrong. This one is good.
Hell yeah.
not-
Hell
it's not
fucking
like-
yeah.
It's not like it's like my next top listen, It's not gonna be my
Mhm.
alarm clock, but I like it. It's cool. It's cool. If I were to rate it out of 10, it's like a 7. It's enjoyable. I like. Did you guys see the music video?
Yeah, I've watched it.
Yeah, I like the way that she does the INVU part,
Yeah.
like the little hand thing.
hmm
Like you gotta add like when you add that on top of it, because I feel like a lot of like the K-pop is also like the presentation of it,
Mhm.
And so when I was watching the music video, I'm like, ooh, that's like a thing to do, Like if you're a fan of hers and you're like talking with another fan, you gotta do the little eye thing. It's like I don't know. It's just cool. I liked it.
Yeah. Thanks, Eduardo. At least someone appreciates
Someone's
my
got
music.
taste.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch, I appreciate some of the songs you show me. This was just not one of them. This was just
Yeah, and don't say it too late, cause I got opinions on the next song.
Oh God.
Oh,
Okay.
same. So many opinions.
Okay. The next song I picked was Tally by BlackPink, just because it's one of the only artists I've listened to. I feel like this is maybe like a little bit of a hot take, but I like have not been able to get into like any of the BTS songs that have like made the radio. I thought they were all kind of meh.
You've made a grave mistake.
I know. I'm gonna get hate for that. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying it's
You're
not
saying
my
you didn't
jam.
like Dynamite?
It's okay.
Like Dynamite. I mean, it is very poppy. I would never. It is not my vibe at all. It gives me corporate pop vibes. That song, but like I thought poppier people would like it.
No. Or like I guess like not no, but like it's just not my jam. But anyways, so I was between this song and another song off this album, and I picked I don't know why I picked this one. This one was edgier. The other one was Yeah Yeah Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna get dragged by Marcus and Eduardo for submitting a song where the chorus is yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I was just like
I mean, if the yeah is hit, no.
Kendrick's got a song that goes
we
yeah
listen
yeah.
to rap, Mitch. There's literally whole songs where the whole song is just yeah, but it's like the yeahs hit different. We listen to The Biggest Fucking Bird. What are you talking about? Like,
I didn't want to risk it, okay? I didn't want to risk it. I also just realized that all of the lyrics to this are in English because I'm looking right now on Google. So yeah, didn't realize that before, I guess just now. Or I probably did, but like did not retain that information.
Dang.
But
Couldn't
I
even
feel
tell
like
it was all English.
No, just because like, you listen to music and then you're like in the zone and then like
Mhm.
I don't know. You're just in the zone. You're not thinking
Everything
too
does sound
hard.
Korean when you're in the zone, doesn't it? No.
You're making me look
Okay,
so bad.
I'm done.
But I like the like intro to this one's got that like guitar in it, which I feel
Mhm.
like is or I couldn't name a lot of K-pop songs that have guitar as like a featured instrument. I feel like a lot of them have those like sort of like poppy like sampled like synth sounds and stuff like that. I also just like the vibe of this where they're kind of just like, yeah, I'm just like doing my thing.
Those are some interesting takes you have there, Mitch. Because one, I can name one song that has an intro guitar called "What Do I Call You" by Tayeon. Literally, the last artist. you
Okay,
showed
well, I haven't
us.
listened to that one. And I also obviously think she's already a good artist. So,
Yeah,
unlike some people,
check it out.
Marcus.
Check it out. Look, I like that one more. I just didn't like it enough to be like, oh, okay, but it's like better. But yeah, I remember you were like in our private discussions, you were like, Marcus, you better like the first song, and it's okay if you don't like Blackpink. Well, unfortunately, turns out I like Blackpink a little bit more. I was I
Okay,
was looking at the
okay.
lyrics. I was looking at the lyrics for the song, and yeah, I was like, "Dang, this is entirely English." So does that make it? Is it still a K-pop song, even though
I feel
just
like
because the group
we
is
agreed.
Korean? I guess
We
so. I suppose
agreed
so.
it was still K-pop if it was sung by like a I don't remember what we said, but I think I
Yeah,
had asked that in our chat,
yeah.
and you were like, "It still counts."
Yeah. I think about this song, I don't know, I feel like the undertones of this song are, like, very I don't know, talking about, like, body count. I feel like on TikTok, people talk about, like, body count a fuck ton, and this song seems like a fucking reply to it, because it's like, "It's my body, nobody owns it, I can do whatever the hell I want. I can fuck around like the boys can." So that whole song is basically in my opinion, I may have misinterpreted this, but it kind of seems like that's the undertones they're going for here. I actually like a lot of the singing on this. The instrumentation's pretty cool as well. My one issue, which is what I have with a lot of K-pop songs, not K-rap, but K-pop songs, is when they have the rap breakdown, where it's like, dang, this rapping is Jesus. This rapping is and no hate to my Korean rappers out there because the language is actually like when done well, actually sounds really cool to hear rapped over because there's like fewer consonants and the consonants sound more similar, so you can like rhyme way more shit. So it sounds really dope. But this was not one of those cases where the rapping sounded dope. Other than that, I like the song though. It's a pretty solid song. What did you think, Eduardo?
I have kind of similar opinions on like the rap part. I'm not a big fan of. Well, I just don't like having a random rap verse in any song, like any pop song.
That's
It
fair.
always feels so strange. Like you're
You're telling
having
me
like this.
Snoop
Yeah,
Dogg on
yeah,
California Girls, bro? You're
yeah,
telling me
yeah.
that was
Yeah. It's
perfectly
like
placed?
like that is just kind of strange for me. It feels like I don't know. I feel like they don't do that with any other genre. Like you don't have a pop
Juicy
song
J and Dark Horse, bro? Juicy
that
J on
goes
Dark
into
Horse?
like a guitar solo or something like that. Like it only happens to put like the pop like the rap part to like try to get like the corporate people who create pop are like this will
The
get the
youth.
diverse audience.
The youth.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I just kind of find it a little cringy, and the Blackpink song like these just feel kind of corporate to me. I'm like it would be cool if they're just doing the pop stuff, but I just find the like pop with a rap verse in there always like kind of I don't know. I don't know how to
Mm.
explain it, but like it just doesn't fit well with like when I listen to it. I'm like, why'd you just
I,
put a random ass rap part here? Like, don't try to break down the beat that way.
I think you just need to listen to Dark Horse by Katy Perry feat Juicy J
Oh
in a
my
Chevy
god.
Impala with the sub bass is boosted to a 20, Eduardo. Then you'll feel that shit in your soul. You'll come
You-
around. You'll come around.
Listen, I've been a plastic bag my whole life. Okay, if there's one song that I have listened to enough times is Katy Perry's Dark Horse. Okay,
Mhm. You're telling me
but
Kanye
Juicy
on
J's
EP.
gotta go
You're telling me Kanye on EP wasn't
on
perfect
Alien.
at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Tell me what's next?
I got a
Alien
space
sex.
out in Mars. Yeah. Where we drive spaceships instead of car. Bro,
Oh
no,
my
no, no.
god.
Just let her sing.
Nah, bro, it was perfect. It was rowdy. It got the people going. Okay. Yeah. I am a fan of them. Just do them better. They're just bad when they do them. The fact that they are done is not the problem. The fact that they are done badly is.
Yeah, I think it just like it defaults to me having to like they gotta prove themselves to do it like you gotta be really good or it goes straight into cringe, you know? Yeah, that's my opinions on that one. It felt like a normal K-pop song, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. And it's Blackpink. I feel like do you guys feel
Mhm.
like Blackpink is just kind of like generally the band the group that people listen to? Is that like the biggest one right now besides like BTS?
Yeah, it's them and BTS maybe twice. BlackPink in your area. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
top 3 or maybe 4, 5. I can't think of like too many people who are bigger than them, other than our
Okay.
I also
boys'
feel like
side.
the weird thing about or I guess like not like weird, but like the different thing about like K-pop than like really Americanized music is I feel like our artists don't make music for that long, question mark, or like their industry like churns through a lot of people very quickly, where I feel like once you become popular in the United States, or like if you're an American artist who becomes popular in the United States, or I get like I don't know, I'm not phrasing this right, but
Mm,
like you know what I mean? Like I
I
feel
know what
like
you
once
mean.
you've made it in the industry here, like you can just keep doing whatever for like years, right? Like people like Kanye or like Fall Out Boy, like they've just been in
Mm.
the industry for years and like no one is gonna kick them out because they're like too old or something.
Well, I mean, I think that does happen, right? It's not about old, it's about relevance, right? Because, like, if you look at the chart of artists from like 5 to 10 years ago, there are people who got big and then fell off the face of the planet. Like, where's Tayo Cruz? Do you remember Tayo Cruz, Mitch?
Hell yeah, I remember Tigers.
Where the
Okay, but
hell
like
is
also like
where's
Who is
I
that?
feel like
exactly,
Tyler
Eduardo?
Cruz?
Exact
Tyler
Tayo Cruz.
Cruz.
He's the dude who made
Oh,
I throw my hands up in the air sometime, singing Ayo. Gotta let
didn't
he had like
is that
two number one
Dynamite or am I
songs.
thinking of
Yeah,
another
that
song?
we gonna light this club like it's dynamite. Yeah, no, it's
Dynamite.
dynamite. Yeah. But like where he went? Away. Because for most people who get that big fall in like 5 years. It's like most people don't stay around. But I do agree to some extent with you because K-pop's music scene does seem to be more like corporate generated. Like it seems like people are going to these boot camps to like perfectly manufacture these like
Yeah.
K-pop and K-girl groups, and like the minute they are no longer usable or feasible, they got like another one up in the ranks just ready to go. So I get
That's
what
what
you're
I'm
saying
saying.
there.
I'm saying like that does not happen in like the
We
Americanized music industry.
in America, we like to keep the veneer that the corporations aren't influencing the strings. We like to make it at least appear more independent to some degree. And I do think we have a bigger, thriving indie artist scene. I would say that. I'd agree there.
I also feel like no band's manager in America is like caking out their drummer or like their guitarist because he's like too old and not appealing to like young audience, right? Like it's just like
You
not
know,
something that
mm,
happens.
maybe not something that's publicized.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe not
Yeah, I
something that's
guess so. Like
publicized. People
um
get removed from bands all the time, Mitch, for all sorts of reasons. I think it's just
okay,
not as well known.
but I also feel like maybe not as like a superficial reason. Because I like they start these people young in the K-pop industry.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, it was like that with Destiny's Child. There's that one girl, I forget her name. There was that girl before Fergie in Black Eyed Peas, but I forget her name. They were just like, oh, we're doing a lot better with Fergie, so alas, you know, it bees like that in America as
Well,
well.
that's different though, because I feel like wasn't like Fergie already big as her own? Like, yeah, if you're gonna be like, oh, let's replace like I don't know, like let's replace Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy with Beyonce. Like they might get a little more clout.
That'd be so
That'd be
weird.
pretty crazy.
Beyonce over Fall Out Boy production. I actually want to see this. What they look like. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know if that would sound good, but right, like I feel like that's like the same. Or I guess right if you like replaced their like drummer or guitarist who nobody knows because it's not the lead singer and it's not P1's, but
We're going down, down, but you won't break my soul.
actually, Marcus, you gotta record that.
Tell everybody.
Yeah. Anyways, I feel like we got way off topic from Eduardo's
We
question
did.
about BTS and Blackpink, but yes, I
Oh
would
yeah.
say
I
they're
just
like
said, do you guys know him?
They the biggest. They the biggest bird, indeed.
Okay, okay. Just making sure, just making sure.
all right. Marcus, tell us about your two songs.
All right. So kicking off the number one of my two songs, we got my girl, C-pop artist Lexie Liu, formerly of 88 Rising. Didn't find out about her through 88 Rising, surprisingly. 88 Rising, for those who are not aware, is like an all Asian label that covers a bunch of dance, hip hop, and EDM artists. One of whom is Yaji, who we are fans of through an association of sorts. I didn't want to say that we all went to the same college because Yaji went to CMU like with us. But yeah,
Crazy.
first artist. you're gonna have to cut this, Mitch. Maybe, I don't know if we still care.
No, we don't. I don't think we do. I think it
All
got
right.
Yeah.
portioned.
But yeah, her first song that I listened to was "Magician," which I really like the vocal processing on that joint. And the song I shared with the gang today was "Diablo," which she performs in like a desert-ish area. People say that she samples 9 Inch Nails on this song, so maybe I need to go back and fucking listen to 9 Inch Nails more, because maybe I'm just into that industrial rock type sound and didn't know it. But yeah, no, I love how her vocals sound over this. I don't know. What did y'all think? I'm ready for the roast, Mitch. Hit me.
All right. I guess I'll go first.
Oh no, I'm here. I'm here. Sorry.
She's loading the clip. She's getting the
Yeah.
bullets ready. She's making sure the chamber's fully loaded. She's spinning the
Yeah.
revolver.
Yeah, she opened the scroll. It went down to her ankles.
You
Yeah.
can hear the bullet sounds
All right.
right now.
Yeah, let me go first, Mitch, before you
Okay.
unload.
Fine,
no,
fine,
you're gonna warm
you
them
go.
up. You're gonna
All
work
right.
on charge.
I like the song. You already know anything that sounds not so poppy and commercialized is gonna get a check mark by me. This thing was good. It was good. The visuals were not like a general like group choreography video. It felt more of like a little bit more avant-garde kind of vibe that was going on. So it was pretty cool. The sound was very different, so I really liked that. She spoke Spanish at the end, which was kind of strange. I didn't want to look into it.
No, you're right. She does that on like 3 different songs. She speaks English, Chinese, and Spanish, like all over the album.
Yeah, I didn't want to like look into like, okay, did she like live in like Spain or something, but that was pretty cool. I'm like, oh, what's going? I thought it was like a sample, and then I saw the video, and it was her, and I'm like, okay, pop off with 3 languages. So I thought that was pretty cool. I like this song. 8 out of 10.
Damn.
All right, Mitch, give it to us. Tell it to me straight, Doc.
I guess I'll do the Marcus, and I'll start
with
the
your go,
positive.
Katniss.
I liked the chorus in this song, so that was like my positive. I thought it was like a pretty strong chorus. I liked her vocals. There was like a lot of, I don't know, like I guess like depth to them. Not like necessarily like lyrically, but I guess like vocally, that was like not given to the verses. So I liked the chorus. That was kind of like the only thing I liked.
What? What do you mean?
I guess like not the only thing. Like I have like mixed feelings about the background instrumental. It like this one and the other one that Marcus had definitely sound like more like hip hop inspired in terms of like the instrumental.
It's interesting you would
I
say
feel
that,
like
Mitch.
Yeah, interesting.
No, especially about New Jean, because I don't feel that's very hip hoppy, but proceed.
I feel like that does have more like I feel like they definitely sound more like trap style hip hop, not like boom bap style hip hop music.
Hi-hats.
You mean there are some hi-hats in there with some flourish?
Oh my god, you guys are the worst.
No, because that's what I thought too. I'm like, of course Marcus would suggest the like K-pop songs and C-pop song that has like the trap hi-hats. Like you can tell. I don't know if you got this too, Mitch, but what I heard them and I'm like, yeah, it's trap inspired.
Okay, see, I feel a little more justified. Also, the instrumentation of this one reminds me of like Muse, but not the one song that you know Muse by. that
No,
you
no,
think
that makes
every
sense.
Muse song sounds like.
Because they all do sound like that to me, Mitch. All of them
No,
sound exactly like that whenever I
no,
hear them. To
Who's
me.
Muse?
you are so wrong. Oh my god.
Who's Muse, Eduardo?
We talked about them in the metal episode, and Marcus was like, "This song sounds like Hysteria," and I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
"That's not what they sound like. That's
That
not
makes
what they
sense. 'Cause
do."
it's like an industrial rockish sound, right? So it's like it's like a similar family, although executed very differently for instrumentation. So I get that comparison.
Yeah.
We all got to take like a music class or something, like a music classification class, because we were throwing out some random words that sometimes I'm like, I don't even know what the hell industrial rock is. Oh,
Yo,
how
you remember
does Marcus know what it sounds like? I've never heard of that.
You remember Yeezus? Yeezus is a very industrial hip hop inspired album. Like, what one am I thinking on? Is it? It's like freaking. Is it On Site?
I don't know.
Basically, a lot of freaking Yeezus is. Yeah, it's On Site. Think about something like On Site. On Site would be an example of it off of Yeezus. Around 26 seconds if you want to skim there and check it out. But yeah, I don't know. It's like it's not like quite noise in terms of like a subgenre. And I'm not saying noise is like a derogatory thing. Like it is an actual genre. But it's close to there. I don't know. It's very hard to describe, in my opinion. But I know it when I hear it, and that's why when Mitch compares this to Muse, I can definitely see the links there with Lexie on this specific track. Although all of her tracks hit quite different. So
I still want to hear more of Mitch's opinion.
yeah, Mitch, kill
That
me.
was like my whole opinion. I have way more opinions about the next song.
Burn me at the stake, Mitch.
Okay. You want to go and introduce the other one?
Okay, yeah. So this next song that we got is so I'm gonna preface this by saying, I was looking for shits to do in New York, and a black content creator was like, "Hey, here are some fun shits to do in New York if you're like, in your 20s and a nerd and a person of color." And in the background was this New Jean song. I was like, "Oh, yo, this kind of vibey, this kind of catchy though." And then I consulted my like the K-pop expert in my family, my sister, and she was like, "Oh yeah, New Jean, yeah, they're the next big thing. They're about to blow up. They're gonna be huge. Like even the non-K-pop people like them, like you, Marcus." I was like, "You are indeed correct. I guess this is kind of a bop. This is a vibe." But I'm ready for these comments that I'm about to get from Mitch, and I'll let Mitch lay into me.
You didn't
Because
even say the name of the song.
okay, yes, the name of the song is Cookie, and the lyrics for Cookie are let me put it like this. They're like very suggestive, in my opinion. They're very sexually suggestive. I mean, not explicitly. They never explicitly say it, but like, if you know, you know what I mean? Like it's very you can tell they're not eating cookies, they're not getting that insomnia. I mean, maybe they are getting that insomnia cookie. Maybe that's the problem, dog. But yeah, that's an introduction, and I'll let Mitch go off about the controversy that surrounds the song.
I feel like I'm not like I don't feel equipped to talk about controversy, but I
No,
was okay. Here's what happened. So I was like out on a walk when I was listening to Marcus's songs, and I was just like, I was not watching the video. I was like just vibing on my walk, and I'm like listening to the song, and I'm like, this song like the lyrics sound kind of sexual, and I was like, now, like, maybe not though. Maybe I'm just like reading into like the lines that my brain is picking up, and so then I like look at like the first 3 comments I see on the YouTube
Yep.
video, and all of the comments are like, "This song is so sexual," and I was like, "Oh no!" And then all of the comments were like, "These girls are underaged," and then I was like, "Double oh no!" I have not verified that. I have not looked it up. You can't believe everything you read on the internet, so I
Oh no,
should
they
look
are
that up.
correct. They are
Okay,
indeed.
Marcus has looked it up. Um,
Yeah, I believe the youngest member of the group is like 14, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah. Oh
Yes,
no. Oh
indeed.
no. Is how I feel about that. Oh no.
Doing that TikTok meme.
I feel like lyrically aside, actually, now that you've brought up TikTok, the first, like, the beginnings of the instrumentation in this song sound like something that would be on TikTok. But, like, I don't know. Like, I guess, like, not, like, the best way. I also just thought, like, lyrics aside, or also, I guess, like, lyrics kind of included, everything felt really basic and mediocre.
Damn, and they're the next big thing.
I just like a vibey song, my dog. But yes, I agree. The lyrics are very basic. I'm not listening to this for them, talking about coming in to get this cookie. I'm not
Yeah.
listening to this for lyrics.
Yeah. I don't like I
Yeah.
feel like in terms of the lyrics and then like also in terms of like vocal delivery, like
Mhm.
stuff just sounded like super basic. Like it just sounded like everyone who was working on this song was new, which is not like a
I
bad
mean,
thing,
Mitch,
but
what's their name?
new jeans. So they're all
Exactly.
new.
New Jean.
They're
Were
new
any
to
of them
this
wearing
shit.
jeans?
I hope so. I hope they all were.
Well, I
Eduardo,
hope they were all wearing pants, but like were they all wearing jeans?
I don't know. Watch the video again. I thought they were wearing a dress. I thought they were wearing a dress or like skirts or something.
Yeah, they're wearing
They're wearing like
the business
suits.
outfit ones.
Yeah, business outfit. Oh, a lot of them. Wait, a lot of them are in like shorts or a skirt. Only one of
Mm-hmm.
them is wearing pants. But anyways, yeah, I just thought like stuff felt very mediocre, even if you like took out the like suggestive lyrics sung by Minor.
Mm, but those
What did
melodies,
you think,
though.
Eduardo?
I feel the same as Mitch. I've heard of New Jeans and other songs that are, at least for me, like sound a little different. It felt like they're just building the K-pop song catalog. It just sounds like a normal song. I don't know. There's not much to say. It just felt kind of like a mid song. I didn't hear any different sounds or different thing. I saw the choreography. I like that they were putting the like the 3D effects, but like what like big group doesn't have like a special effects team, for like their music videos. So yeah, it
It was
wasn't bad.
mid.
It was just mid. Yeah, it's not bad.
You sound like you got a vendetta. You want to
Yeah.
you want to
No,
use
I just
avengement.
every time
It was
like
weird.
one of you like kind of like is like, yeah, I wasn't feeling your song, Mitch. And the other one was like, nah, this was like good. I feel really validated.
No,
Yeah, I don't
no,
know.
it's
I don't know.
okay.
I feel like there's better songs from New Jeans
Mhm.
if you dare to look at it. I promise you, there's like three better songs from
Oh,
this artist
oh
or
no,
group.
I don't doubt you're right there, Eduardo. I am not the biggest New Jean. I'm not like deep in the New Jean catalog, so there's probably like
The
deeper
lore.
cuts that are better. I like the wobble sound. I like the melody. It's it's catchy, and I can zone the fuck out to it without paying attention to anything. uh, but yeah, I'm not going deep here, dog. But yeah, no, I think valid criticisms. If you feel like the instrumentation doesn't go as hard, or like the sound selection isn't as creative, and I think that leads us perfectly into Eduardo's choices, because I think the thing that stood out the most to me about his were some of the drum choices that they use, because they do sound way more interesting rhythmically, in my opinion, than a lot of the other songs that are here uh, on this list.
All right, thank you, Marcus. Yes, I do have the superior taste in music. Starting off with Red Light by FX. This so just a little background. My girlfriend loves K-pop, and she has been showing me songs, but none of them are like, a lot of them, not to say they're mid, but sound like a K-pop song. And
Let's do that.
so when she sends me those, I'm like, okay, that's cool. But it kind of sounds like the one you sent me like the day before, right? And this song was the first one that she sent that I was like, oh, okay, okay. You got the little like a I forget the type of synth. I think it's like the square synth sound that they use, or like the saw synth or something.
It's definitely it might be the saw. But it's definitely like something in that, like I know
I don't know
exactly
if it
what
was
you're talking
Saw.
about.
Did it have that buzzing sound? Because like Saw,
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that buzzing.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's that like buzzing sound mixed with like the the drums being more like EDM sounding, not like not like the super hard style EDM drums, but like they pick up like a faster tempo that I liked. And it's from 2014, so this is like way before trap music kind of, or like the trap hi-hat started to kind of take over a lot of like sounds like in pop and probably like K-pop, that it still kind of sounds like a little different, you know? This is the exploration phase.
Mhm.
And that's why I chose this song, because I thought it was really good.
It definitely
Hmm.
sounds different. I feel like both in terms of like stuff we've like talked about, but I guess also stuff you would hear today, which I guess most of the stuff we have talked about is like stuff that's from today. I don't know if I like that synth, that like buzzing square saw synth sound. I like a lot
So
of other
mixed and
stuff.
good.
I like a lot of other stuff, but I feel like it's like really grating and it like kind of takes away the, or I don't, yeah, I just feel like it's grating.
Rating. What do you mean?
Grating. Like it's like
Grading.
how do you explain it? Like I guess like grating like a cheese grater. Not like it's not gonna make
Oh,
sense, but like that kind of like motion, right? Where you're kind of like really digging into something and like like pushing something the wrong way.
okay. I get what you mean. I kind of get what you mean. Like it felt a little unpleasant to like keep hearing.
Yeah. Or I guess like I would be curious as to like if they had what would happen if
Right?
they had stuck like a different like synth sound or like something like a little more like smooth sounding. But I feel like a lot of the other stuff I really liked, especially the last song we just talked about being Cookie. I feel like this feels like way more elevated than that.
Damn right.
Damn right.
Okay, well, what I thought about it, I feel like the thing I like the most about it is definitely the drums. You know, I like this entire time I was like, damn, Mitch ain't come through with the samples this time. But then my boy, you know, at the last minute came through with some drums to sample at the beginning. And I do agree with you that they do have more of like an EDM type feel. They're like very bouncy and they're not the trap hi-hats and they leave like a lot of fucking space and they're placed in weird places. Or at least relative to like trap standards. That's probably my favorite thing about it. I don't know. I oscillated between like certain sections. I'm like, okay, no, I like this section, and then this other section I was like, we didn't need this section, and then another section would be like, oh no, this is solid, and then a different section would be like. So I mean, I definitely think it does give more earlier like 2010s vibes for a K-pop sound because it doesn't sound like I guess most of the stuff that I've heard nowadays. When you are right, trap kind of has taken over the K-pop sound or derivations of it. This is still when they're in there. Let's make EDM music, but have like vocals and then a rap breakdown over it. Um, so yeah, no, interesting song. You know,
All right. The next song that I chose is by my boys SHINee. You already know they got that E at the end.
Mm.
They already made a fan of me, you know? They If you're talking about samples, the chorus goes kind of hard for sampling. The drums are so loud in this one. It feels like the drums shouldn't go with this song because they're like, I don't know how to describe it. Like the production that they use for the drums, like the processing, the audio processing that they use, sounds like some really good heavy hitting drums for like for this kind of song. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. They're my boys. So
Yo,
what
what did you
are your
think, Money
thoughts?
Mitch? Money Mitch.
First of all, my first thought was like kudos to Eduardo for actually picking a male artist. All of our other songs were by like female artists, so
I
I
mean, the
thought
girls
that
just do it
was
better, dog. They just do it better.
oh,
In this,
I'm
in this
I don't
genre,
know.
misogynistic that way. I did that
This
literally on
they
Women's
just do
Day.
it better, dog. They just do it better on this in this genre. Yeah, they got it, dog. They run this shit. Let's keep it real.
I will say, aside from like the songs that I had picked, this was my favorite song this week, submitted by the two of you collectively.
Coming in with the bangers.
Hell yeah. This one, I was like, I would go back and like bop to this. I also feel like they have like that, like the vocals in like the very beginning. It opens with those like the, I guess like kind of like the chorus like vocals. And I thought that was super interesting. That just like everything vocally in this one was really interesting. They have like all of this like layering. I feel like the way the chorus is done is like also really unique compared to like a lot of other K-pop music. And like Eduardo said, like the instrumental is going ham is like a lot more heavy hitting than I feel like other K-pop songs I listen to, which are like more like smooth. And I feel like even though, you know, Marcus be saying the women do it better, but like I feel like I don't know. I guess maybe a couple BlackPink songs also go pretty ham instrumentally, but like
Before you say
a lot
anything,
of them don't have that vibe.
keep in mind it's International Women's Day.
I'm
Before
not saying
you
anything.
I'm just letting you know today's International Women's Day. Keep that in mind
Yeah,
before
Mitch.
you
Why you hating
say
on the women?
I am not. I am not hating on the women. I am just saying I feel like a lot of like K-pop is like very like smooth sounding. I don't know if that makes sense.
I
I
don't
kind of get
know.
you. Like it's easily digestible kind of music.
Yeah, or it's just like I feel like there's like not a whole lot of I don't know if like variance is like the right word. I guess like variance between like different things and like the instrumentation of certain songs. Like this felt really unique.
Dang. Well, I'm gonna stand by in K when it comes to K-pop. I feel like when you look at the biggest artists consistently, you know, the girls are killing it on this one. And this isn't me just like, you know, pandering. I feel like you just look at the numbers, right? Like it's mainly BTS, right? Like there's a male pop group that's doing well. Whereas you have
And
like
I already gave my
Twice
thoughts
and
on BTS.
you got fucking you got BlackPink, you got Hyuna, you got there's just more. There's just more of them. There's just more girls doing
I
better.
mean, that's fair. But also, would you argue there is more of them or that there are more of them who have broken into the like Americanized music
I
industry?
think both, because like normally when I hear my sister talk about K-pop artists, they are also normally the girls. Not that there aren't male K-pop artists who aren't doing well, but yeah, I would say as a whole that genre seems to be dominated by the girls. Just just outright, just getting flanked, fam. Uh, yeah, I don't got much else to say. Like you said, that was the only male artist that we had. No, like the
Yeah.
entire week. So I guess at least in terms of like crossover appeal,
I feel like I could not name you another male group that's not
I'm
BTS,
thinking.
but now
I'm
I
wrecking my
can.
brain, dog. I'm wrecking.
But
I'm
now I
thinking.
can. So thank you, Eduardo.
You already know. Another week of me proving my musical superiority.
Damn.
And with
I did
That's why
have
they call him
one
Big
other
E.
note. One other note I wrote down about this song is I feel like this song like would go ham in an a cappella arrangement.
okay,
I don't know why, but like I could see this going really ham done like just a
Let me call
cappella
out the
because of
pentatonics, fam.
I don't know. But I feel like because of all the vocal layering that's already so unique, and I feel like they almost have like that, like it almost sounds like there's like a bass vocal at some point in the song. I don't know if it's actually vocals or if it's just like a bass sound or synth or whatever that like sounds in that range. But yeah. What did you think, Marcus, about the song and not about the gender?
Demographic, yeah.
Yeah,
Keep
gender.
the
I was gonna say
misogyny
gender
away
politics.
from this time.
No, I mean, I think the correct term is misandry in this case, Eduardo. Get it right. Anyway, yeah, the song was it was vibey. I agree that it's the most probably like driving or dynamic beat and has the most, I guess, interesting vocal layering and sections of all of the songs that we've heard. It's like, I don't know, maybe I just wasn't in the mood for this to hit, you know? Like sometimes you just gotta be in certain moods for this to hit. Like don't get me wrong. Like I get why you like it. I would never say this is a bad song. Like there are good songs,
Okay.
but you're just not in the mood for that song at the
Marcus?
time when you hear the song. And then it's just like, this isn't the mood. Like, but if I was in a different mood, like the song that personifies that to me is just Young Thug as an artist in general. Like, if I'm sober, I'm like, the fuck is Young Thug? Like, why do people love him? But like, if I'm crossed at a party, then it's like, you know, we run out the ditches, we run out the money. Like, I'm there, I'm right there with you. Like, I get it, I understand why people like this now. And so, like, the vibe wasn't matching, but it's not a bad song. It's a solid song, you know. So it just wasn't, you know, it just wasn't hitting like that where I currently am emotionally, you know. And that's not the hate on the song.
I have one
What?
question, Marcus.
Yeah, what up, Mitch?
Better or worse than Cookie?
Oh, the Cookie?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, you know, that generic ass shit, you know, like that turn my mind off shit, you know, I want to be in that zone more. I'm not gonna lie.
Unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
But hey, you know, that's why we rough notes, because we don't always agree. We dogs fighting in this musical arena, you know. So
That's facts. But you know who's always the top dog?
Kendrick, SZA. Oh yes, International Women. SZA. It's always SZA.
It's
Always
SZA.
been
It's SZA. Today, it's always SZA.
Tomorrow, Kendrick. The day after,
No,
Kendrick. The day
I
after
think she's
that,
more streamed than
Kendrick.
him this year. I think
Yesterday,
she's actually more
Kendrick.
streamed than him. Like for 2022, I think she was. I was surprised she was like top 4. She's like top 4 streamed artist in the world. I'm like, damn, they really blew her up. That's crazy.
We gotta have a SZA episode.
Yeah, that song about killing her ex really blew her up. People really want to do homicides to their former lover. Wow, Jesus.
I have like some thoughts on that song, but
Oh,
that's for another episode. I don't want to get into it now.
I have a couple thoughts on homicide myself.
Homicide to my former exes.
All right, you want me to close it?
Hell yeah! Let's close this chapter. This really windy, completely off topic at times chapter.
All right, you know what? That's the last time you'll hear us talk about K-pop.
Is it?
I don't know.
Maybe
She just said to close the chapter, so it kind of sounded like weird.
Canceled.
Yeah.
Why would we canceled, man?
I don't know. You can get canceled for anything.
No, I know why. Because Mitch said something about BTS, but you're gonna have to rewind it and listen to the whole podcast again because it was all throughout.
Maybe I'll just bleep out me saying BTS, and then no one will ever know.
Also, you're gonna have to subscribe to the Patreon because we're gonna edit out the juicy, cancelable stuff for the YouTubes, but on the Patreon, you know, uncut, unfiltered, raw audio.
Oh my
we
God.
cook in there.
You know?
I'd like to think that none of us will say anything like incriminating or worthy of being canceled over. But
oh, just you wait. You're lucky it's International Women's Day today. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Check us out. Subscribe. Oh, wait. We're not done yet. Before we leave, we got to give our shout outs. Anything you want to shout out, Marcus?
Plenty Marcus at Instagram and TikTok, and check me out as Shurikens.
Wow. Okay. Well, Mitch did my job for me, so I'll just let her. Yo, can someone clip that? Make that my new side off. I'm not even gonna say it anymore. I'm just gonna play that whenever somebody asks me where they can find me. I got supporters apparently. They know my plug that well.
You already know.
Yeah. Thank
All
I
right,
you.
was
Mitch.
gonna say how many new subscribers have you gotten, but I don't think any of the episodes
Oh, like
where
5 or
you
10.
plugged yourself
I
have
don't think it
aired.
has anything. I don't think it has anything to do with this podcast, though.
Well, I was gonna say
Alright.
I don't think anything that's aired yet has had like a snippet of you plugging your stuff yet. So definitely nothing to do with this. Anyways, do you have anything
Mitch,
to plug,
anything you want to
Eduardo?
plug?
No.
Anything you want to plug? It's International Women's Day. Anything you want to plug?
Come on,
I
Mitch,
would like
plug something.
I was gonna say I would like to plug good vibes. Just good vibes. Good vibes for good people.
You should have plugged some male K-pop artists. That would have been helpful.
I don't know any BTS. That's the only one I know.
All right. I got nothing else to plug. I'll give a little vlog for everybody. I got like 2 more months of school before I get my master's, so we're almost there to being full-time podcasters. Just 2 more months.
Eduardo is gonna be like graduated by the time this comes out. But send him the good vibes. Send him the good vibes.
Send them because like I could just end it next month and be like, you know what? These last 11 months, I don't want to do them anymore.
No. Your
So
boy
send
needs
them my
gift
way. Send them
baskets.
my way.
Give your boy gift baskets.
And subscribe, like the videos, share them out. Stay tuned for next week because if you thought this week was crazy, next week the topic is even juicier. But we are not gonna say it. Like, trust me. Make sure you're
Yeah.
subscribing, and we'll see you next week.
Also,
Shit's
wait,
going
I have one
down.
last thing to say.
Oh shit, my bad. Okay.
Sorry. Wait, it was like dysfunctional podcast group ever. Leave us some comments if there's like certain topics that you guys want us to chat about. We would love to know.
But we might not entertain them.
No, we will.
True.
If you're out there wanting me to talk about specific issues and we don't want to, we won't. But send them anyway.
We promise nothing.
Yeah.
I'll talk
Except
about them.
rough notes.
Wow, that sounds like the
Bird
perfect
up.
time to talk about bird up.
Bird up. Peace.
All right, peace.